Hello everyone. Yes, out here on a bright, sunny, beautiful fall day, October 23rd, and I'm just watering and fertilizing the plants. Put a little coffee grounds on some of the berries and some of the flowers, and yeah, just watering them in, just having a good old day. And today I want to talk about something about mulch and the importance of mulch and why that's important in a state like California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Western Texas, and in the Southwest, why that's important. So you can probably see here, this is a beautiful plant. My wife says it's a Mexican poppy, but I guess that's what it's called. But beautiful flowers and really, really healthy plant. And the bees are all over it, or they were all over it. I don't know where they went. Maybe when I watered, they got a little timid. We have snapdragons here. Coneflowers are finally blooming. Okay, these should have bloomed a long, long time ago. Why they're blooming now is I think it's because that they're happy. It's because you can see right here, they got mulch. And, we don't live in the jungles of Jamaica or Puerto Rico or southern Mexico. So when you live in a jungle area, you'll have growth like this without mulching because nature will provide the mulch. But when you don't live in a jungle-like area, you need to provide mulch. And once you do, you'll get vibrant growth. But you don't want to over mulch, because if you over mulch, it will it'll cause basically it'll overcompost, so to speak. It'll have a chemical reaction that won't cause any growth, especially if you don't give it sunlight. So another important thing about mulch, and you could watch an episode of Ask This Old House, and they'll show you a lot better than I could, because I don't really have an example of this because I don't do this. But a lot of people, especially in cold climates, in New England, let's say, they'll make mulch mounds. So they'll have a tree, right? And like pretend my finger here is a big mound, and they mound up over the root ball with mulch. And when you do that, what happens is the crown root, which you think of a tree trunk and it's got like, I don't know, let's say 3 roots, right? 3 main roots that branch off into several little ones. The crown root actually will be choked off and will start growing in that healthy mulch, because plants naturally like to grow in mulch, right? It's healthy, it's got nutrients, it provides insulation. And so when that happens, it'll strangle itself. Now this is definitely applicable in trees. I've seen this. I've had at our work, where I work, we have a little fruit orchard there. Maybe I'll show you that one day. We have a bunch of citrus, and we had a lemon tree that we thought, oh, this thing's dead. And I said, well, let's see, maybe let's be patient with it. We were patient with it for a couple years, and I was told, oh, I'll pull it up. But what happens is when I watch Ask This Old House on PBS, you peel away. I was told how do I describe this? If you take away those little roots that started growing from the top of the crown root, if you peel them away with a tool real carefully, and you peel some of that mulch back, we didn't have a mulch mound, but the crown root was planted way too deep, and the dirt was acting like a mulch mound. And what happened is that tree started to thrive, like within a year. It was like a miracle happened. And so chances are, if you're growing like a citrus or any kind of fruit tree, and you notice like why is it not growing? Because pretty much when you get a fruit tree from any nursery, it's like almost guaranteed to grow if you plant it right. And if you give it adequate water and fertilizer, it will grow. So if it's not, it's probably, you need to check the way it's planted. You obviously need to check for certain pests, but usually it's the way it's planted, in my experience. A lot of people don't know this, is you gotta check that crown root and make sure that crown root is not being choked off by little roots from itself that are growing around it and choking it off, if that makes sense. I wish I could show you an example of this, but I don't have any examples of this because I don't do that. But be very careful when you mulch. When you mulch fruit trees, well, let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, everyone, so you can see the piñas here, the pineapples, they're doing all right. You can see the ones that are not doing okay were the ones that were like stabbed a little bit, but I think they're sort of growing. There's a ratoon, that's what they call a little baby pineapple, a ratoon. It's growing right there. These are the golds, the Del Monte golds. They're doing really good. Might actually get a nice healthy pineapple crop out of there. And the other dole, anyway. Yeah, I'll plant some more potatoes there. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So here's the new lemon tree we planted last go around, right? And here's this nice bucket of mulch that I've got. So I'm going to set the phone down for a bit, pour the mulch around the tree, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so you can see that we put some of our like good mulch right here, calling this mulch. It's actually called garden soil, but for our purposes, it's acting as mulch. And let's go down here to the root. See this? And we want to expose these crown roots, which they were exposed when I planted it, but we need to do a better job of exposing that. We're gonna get a little dirty here. Who cares? That's what we do. That's what we do. So get, aha, there we go. See, we planted this a little deep. Planted this a little deep, guys. Okay, you see, does everyone see this crown root right here? Right there, that's a crown root, okay? We wanna expose that. We don't wanna seal that off from the world. Okay. There's another crown root, but we wanna insulate. We don't wanna make a mound. We wanna insulate around this so it acts as like an insulator. Just a real thin layer, no thicker than an inch, okay? Just get this mulch kind of spread close to it, but not like over the crown root, okay? Very important aspect to, oh, we got some little lemons right there, growing, haha, yeah. Anyway, so get that crabgrass out of there. Let's expose that a little bit. We planted a little deep here, but I think this will be fine as long as I don't over mulch. But that's how you do it. You don't make a mound, right? And we do this in the Southwest states because we need water. This helps with water retention, this mulch, this good mulch. It also helps with insulating in the winter. We're in the fall, so we don't get a severe winter, but you know, any insulation helps for growth. Okay, little mulch lesson. Hope that helps. Anyone planting fruit trees that sees non-success, that's probably gonna be one of your #1 reasons. And it's one reason that not a lot of people talk about. So there you go. Hope this is useful. Bye.